We are ready to move on to finding the perfect angle. Instead of just being the close up in my face all dang on day. But what's good? It's your girls, Queen Jones, aka Killer Queen T, aka Black Cow T, aka. Hey, don't go over there. So I was sitting there and I was like, what did this video be about? And I was like, Squeeze, you remember you were supposed to do the rest of that book? And then I was like, dang, you got to do that, but then you also got to do the rest of the tick. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to make this video called Unfinished. So, we're going to start with the little lame prince. We left off with the queen laying in the bed, just laying there. Everything went on exactly as if she had been present. Even the king himself had grown used to her absence, for she was not strong, and for years had not joined in any gaiety. She always did her royal duties, but as to pleasures, they could go on quite well without her, or it seemed so. The company arrived, great and notable persons in this and neighboring countries. Also the 420 godfathers and mothers who had been chosen with care as the people who would be most useful to His Royal Highness should he ever want friends, which did not seem likely. What such want could possibly happen to the heir of the powerful monarch of no man's land? They came walking, two and two, with their coronets on their head, being dukes and duchesses, princes and princesses, or the like. They all kissed the child and pronounced the name each had given him. Then the 420 names were shouted out with great energy by the 6 heralds, one after the other, and afterwards written down, to be preserved in the state records in readiness for the next time they were wanted, which would either be on His Royal Highness's coronation or his funeral. Soon the ceremony was over, and everyone satisfied, except perhaps the little prince himself, who moaned faintly under his cushioning robes, which nearly smothered him. In truth, though, very few knew the prince in coming to the chapel had met with a slight disaster. His nurse, not his ordinary one, but the state nursemaid, an elegant and fashionable young lady of rank, whose duty it was to carry him to and from the chapel, had been so occupied in arranging her train with one hand while she held the baby with the other that she stumbled and let him fall, just at the foot of the marble staircase. To be sure, she contrived to pick him up again the next minute, and the accident was so slight it seemed hardly worth speaking of. Consequently, nobody did speak of it. The baby had turned deadly pale, but did not cry, so no person a step or two behind could discover anything wrong. Afterwards, even if he had moaned, the silver triumphs were loud enough to drown his voice. It would have been a pity to let anything trouble such a day of facility. So after a minute's pause, the procrastination had moved on. Such a procrastination. Heralds in blue and silver, pages in crimson and gold, and a troop of little girls in dazzling white, carrying baskets of flowers, which they strewed all the way before the nursing child. Finally, the 420 godfathers and godmothers, as proud as possible and so splendid to look at that they would have quite extinguished their small grandson, merely a heap of lace and muslin with a baby face inside, had it not been for a economy of white stain and ostrich feathers which was held over him whenever he was carried. Thus, with the sun shining on them through the painted windows they stood, the king in his train on one side, the prince and his attendants on the other, as pretty a sight as ever was seen out of fairyland. It's just like fairyland, whispered the eldest little girl to the next eldest, as she shook the last rose out of her basket. And I think only thing the prince wants now is a fairy godmother. Does he? Said a shrill but soft and not unpleasant voice behind. And there was seen among the good group of children somebody not a child, yet no bigger than a child. Somebody whom nobody had seen before, and whom certainly had not been invited, for she had no christening clothes on. She was a little old woman dressed in all gray. Gray gown, gray hooded cloak of a material ostensibly fine, and a tint that seemed promptly changing, like the gray of an evening sky. Her hair was gray, and her eyes also. Even her complexion had a soft gray shadow over it. But there was nothing unpleasantly old about her, and her smile was sweet and childlike as the prince's own, which stole over his pale little face the instant she came near enough to touch him. "Take care. Don't let that baby fall again." The grand young lady nurse started, flashing angrily. "Who spoke to me? How did anybody know? I mean, what business has anyone been frightened, but still speaking in a much sharper tone than I hope young ladies of rank are in the habit of speaking. Oh, woman, you would be kind enough to not save the baby, but the prince. Keep away. His royal highness is just going to sleep." "Nevertheless, I must kiss him. I am his godmother." "You!" cried the elegant lady nurse. "You!" repeated the all gentlemen ladies in waiting. "You!" echoed the heralds and pages, and they began to blow the civil trumpets in order to stop all further conversation. The prince's prosecution formed itself for returning, the king and the train having already moved off toward the palace. But on the topmost step of the marvelous stairs stood, right in the front of them, all the little old woman clothed in gray. She stretched herself on tippy-toe by the help of her stick, and gave the little prince 3 kisses. "This is intolerable," cried the young prince nurse, wiping the kiss off rapidly with her lace handkerchiefs. "Such an insult to his royal highness! Take yourself out the way, old woman, or the king shall be informed immediately." "The king knows nothing of me." "More the pity," replied the old woman, with an indifferent air, as if she thought the loss was more on his majesty's side than hers. "My friend in the palace is the king's wife." "King have not wives, but queens," said the lady nurse, with a conspicuous air. "You are right," replied the old woman. "Nevertheless, I know his majesty well, and I love her and her child. And since you dropped him on the marble stairs," this she said in a mysterious whisper, which made the young lady tremble in spite of her anger, "I chose to take him for my own, and be his godmother, ready to help him whenever he wants me." "You help him?" cried all the group, breaking into shouts of laughter, to which the little old woman paid not the slightest attention. Her soft gray eyes were fixed on the prince, who seemed to answer to the look, smiling again and again in a causeless, aimless fashion that babies do smile. "His majesty must hear of this," said a gentleman awaiting me. "His majesty will hear quite enough news in a minute or two," said the old woman sadly, and again stretched up to the little prince. She kissed him on the forehead suddenly. "Be called by a new name which nobody has ever thought of. Be Prince Dala, in memory of your mother Dalas." In memory of, everyone started at the ominous phase, and also at the most terrible breach of etiquette which the old woman had committed it. In no man's land, neither the king nor the queen was supposed to have any Christian name at all. They dropped it on their coronation day, and it never was mentioned again till it was engraved on their coffins when they died. "Oh, woman, you are exceedingly ill-bred," cried the eldest lady in waiting, much horrified. "How could you know that fact passes my comprehension? But even if you did know it, how dared you presume to hint that her most gracious majesty is called Doris?" "Was called Doris," said the old woman, with a tender solemnity. Hold on. The first gentleman called, the gold stick in the waiting, raised it to strike her, and all the rest stretched out their hands to seize her. But the gray mantle melted from between their fingers like air, and before anyone had time to do anything more, there came a heavy, muffled, startling sound. The great bell of the palace, the bell which was heard only on the death of someone of the royal family, and for as many times as he or she was years old, began to toll. They listened, mute and horror-stricken. Someone counted 1, 2, 3, 4, and up to 9 and 20, just the queen's age. It was indeed the queen. Her majesty was dead. In the midst of the festivities, she had slipped away out of her happiness and her old sufferings, not far nor small. sending away all her women to see the grand sight. At least they said afterward an excuse that she had done so, and it was very like her to do it. She had turned with her face to the window, whence one could just see the tops of the distant mountains. The beautiful mountains, as they were called, where she was born. So glazing, she had quietly passed away. When the little prince was carried back to his mother's room, there was no mother to kiss him. And though he did not know it, there would be for him no mother's kisses anymore. As for his godmother, the little old woman in gray, who carved herself so, whether she melted in the air like her gown when they touched it, or whether she flew out the chapel window, or slipped through the doorway amongst the bewildered crowd, no one knew. Nobody ever thought about her. Only the nurse, the ordinary homely one, coming out of the prince's nursery in the middle of the night in search of Cardinal to quiet his constant moans, saw sitting in the doorway something which she would have thought a mere shadow had she not seen shining out of it, two eyes, gray and soft and sweet. She had her hands before her own, screaming loudly. When she took them away, the old woman was gone. Okay, now we gotta finish the tick because I have forgot all about this book. Early morning of a million zillion ninjas. No! That's it, let it all out. Yes, have a very good cry. Sigh. It's not that bad. Yeah, a little speckle, some duct tape. Guys, come on, it's over, it's gone. Well, should we call the police? Maybe, I don't know. I just feel so violated. We should call our insurance agent. No, we don't have any superhero insurance. We don't? Who knew? Uh-oh. Shanghai's coming. You are truly unfortunate. The tick was not enough to destroy all evidence here. Evidence? The evidence of your staggered decadence and incompatibility. You are this disgrace. Jeez, give me a break. Yeah, I just lost an entire theme park here. You have prostituted our culture. You have single-handedly turned centuries of discipline and tradition into this. Hey, careful with that. It'll be a collector's item someday. Rip. District manager, the voice of our ninjas have returned from the airport battle, and they need cab fare. Perhaps they would bring good news. They can't have failed against Paul the samurai. You failed! But Lord Sagan, he fought like a possessed man. He fought like a man possessed. He beat up 10 ninjas with a loaf of French bread. I still got a crime in my eye. See? Very well, you have failed. You must now die with honor. Prepare yourselves. What? Excuse me? Honorable Samurai, what sort of done away with this harikari stuff? It didn't seem well cost effective. Cowards! This whole operation is pathetic! Diseased! If this tick hadn't destroyed Ninja World, I would have. Well, that's a nice thing to say. Have you found Odessa yet? Barry and Edmund tracked to the city general hospital. I will go along to settle this. You four stay here and mourn your ruin. And don't bother us to say goodbye. I will visit each of you when you're asleep. This whole ninja thing is getting out of hand. Blood covers the city like a big red Afghan. Odessa is hurt. And last night, I almost had a lucid dream. Fun is fun, but this has got to stop. Wow, I can hear my brain. Tick. Odessa, are you okay? I feel nauseous and thirsty. What are you doing here? Oh, you know, boarding battle, inner conflicts, that sort of thing. What happened? Well, you got stabbed by one of the ninjas, so I decided to destroy Ninja World. Simple enough. But Shing stopped me before I could finish. Shing's alive? I guess so. So then Shing gave me the thorn. No, wait a minute. Some little fat guy with wings gave me the thorn. Are you sure you didn't dream this? Pretty sure, yeah. A fat little guy dressed like a rabbit. Anyway, I got thorn abbreviation now, so you're safe. What do you mean? Guess it's the Dragon Queen. Proud of yourself, you little klutz. You ruined the entire evening of death. You deserve what you got and much and more. Much more. Leave her alone, you miserable, kitten-strangled witch. You are the scariest, most evil woman I've ever met. But say another thing and I will clock you one. Is that a threat? Ah! Unholy she-devil! Spiderly broad! Call hospital security. Reginald, no. What did you say? I said no, Amanda. It's time I took a stand. I agree with the blick blue man. You are needlessly cruel at times. Smack! I am leaving you, Reginald. Oh my God. Hospital. A gleaming tower of agony stacked upon agony. Minutes ago, I freed my ninja hostages to spread the word of Paul the Samurai among his cowardly lot. And now I stand and wait for a machine to urinate into a paper cup. Breakfast. I have come to this place to find the strange but powerful avenger of the ninja's treacheries. To find the tick. Stop! You are the tick. You fight a one-man battle against the ninja of the city. So? I'll fight in that same battle. I welcome you to share my chest noodles and machine urine. I am Paul, crunch, crunch, Paul the Samurai. I have traveled thousands of miles, crunch, crunch, smack, to combat a Saiyan ninja master and my arch rival. He is here, crunch, in the city, and he seeks the throne of oblivion. Thanks. What's this? Crunch, crunch. Well, yeah, crunch, crunch. Do you want this last one? No, crunch. You can have it, crunch. There is much to do. We have a grave and difficult task before us. Yeah, and blood covers the city like a big red African. Hey, Thor's hammer. What is that? It's that fine guy from last time. He can help us. He knows a lot about this Thorn deal. Arthur, meet us up on the roof. That makes three against a million zillion. I seen better odds, but we got the destiny on our side. Yeah, destiny and cold hard steel. Arthur, I'm glad you come back. This is Paul the Samurai. He just joined me in my one-man war against the ninjas to pledge this city. Huff, glad, Huff, I love the way you guys talk. Do you still have the thorn? Yep. How's the girl? She's fine. She's fine now. Gasp! Stupid cow! So early, so eager to destroy yourself. There is no tick to save you now. One of a lot of violence and flashing blades. Well, guys, we got a plan. We got to have a plan of attack. Right. Yes. What about it, Arthur? A plan? It seems like we have exactly what the ninja want. All we should have to do is wait for them to come to us. What? Wait, that doesn't sound very exciting. It doesn't seem violent at all. We want to swim in the hot, flowing river of our foes' blood. Yeah. Think about this. We don't want to sacrifice our only advantage just to go on a killing spree. We don't? No. We want to fortify a position to prepare for their onslaught. Now you sure the girl is safe? Odessa? She was fine when I left her. You left her? Alone? We have to protect her from them. Too late, fools. Your battle is over. You have lost. Give me the Thorn of Oblivion. Sangai the Wolf, at last, I will now cut you open like a wet bag of groceries and dance on your sticky bones. No closer, pal, or this girl dies. Honorless dog, you will hide behind the child for protections? That stinks. Nevertheless, tell your Americans to stay back or will crush her windpipe. Yes, he can do it. Oh, Good, very good, Paul. Oh, you can do it, Sangon, but I think perhaps I should stop you. There are only a few meters between us, and you would not sacrifice your life for hers. Free the girl and die with some honor. You are right, Samurai. Ninja can work only a precise few miracles. Perhaps you could stay my hand. But ninjery is an inappropriate art form. We each of us have our own small departments for tradition. Clink. Oh my God. Okay, pal. I just had about enough of this ninja crap. Drop the piece, and the girl of yours or your thorn goes on a 50-floor ride. You are bluffing. You have already demonstrated your unwillingness to endanger this. Bluffing? You think I'm bluffing? Ha! I'll laugh in your face. The tick never bluff. And neither do I. Does this convince you? Flip. Ooh. Catch. Speak up, amigo. I can barely hear you over the ride with this yarning arm bis. Flip, well, drop, fumble, whoops. No, you idiot, no. He jumped over. Damn. He jumped after it. No. I really didn't mean to do it. But the thorn, it didn't work. Sangai didn't disappear. Yeah, he just smushed. It was a hoax. An accident. Hoax, of course. It didn't work. What did you expect? Did you ever bursting in the flames, burning away to nothing? Yes. Well, what? That kind of thing just doesn't happen. This isn't a comic book, you know. Tick. Geez, are you alright? I think I'm gonna throw up. Oh, I wish I was wearing my tuxedo. Man, our job here is done. Let's get this girl to safety. Do you feel better now? Much. Tick, I want to thank you for... Oh, yes, please. Listen, I don't really know how to react to terms of endearment. I have a problem with the kind of thing Hey, Arthur, what's up? Where's your wings? Up on the roof. What about the police? Shouldn't we call them or something? Don't worry. We're superheroes. Where's Paul? I think he's calling a travel agent. What a day. Arthur, how did you know so much about this ninja thing? And me. I saw you on the rooftop the night before last, and I decided to follow you around a bit. You'll be surprised at how little there is to do in the city. No, I wouldn't. Anyway, I was able to get the gist of what was going on, and when I saw this hide the backpack in the trunk of a car, I decided to get involved. I've done a lot of reading on Japanese folklore, so I was able to realize the thorn's importance. Yeah, but the thorn was a dud. Not really. Sure, there wasn't any fire and brimstone, but it did its job. It is anticipated destruction set off a whole series of events, which led to the crippling of the ninja in this area, as well as the death of a key figure in this ninjutsu hierarchy. The thorn was a cacophonous, a seed of destruction, not a method. You know what's really amazing, though? I never seen more things happen to a person in such small a space. Dramatic, exciting things. You're like a magnet, an adventure magnet. I mean, I may seem like a pretty adventurous guy myself, but I'm not. I can't seem to get involved in any intrigue, no matter what I do. I'm still just a chubby clerk who bought his flying suit at an auction. Here's Paul. No, I cannot. Honorable lunatic. I don't have a... Oh, so you will go back to Japan now, samurai? No, I cannot, honorable lunatic. I don't have enough money for a plane ticket. But Paul, what will you do? I'll go have to stay in the city and start a detective agency. Probably. Wait a minute. I think I probably have some spare cash. Here. You are generous, as you are brave, Tick, but I cannot take your money. Are you sure? My God. I have pockets? Well, I'll leave you with my revolution, my friend. There is so much for me to do. I must go now to prey upon the villainy of this Western world, like a devil in the night. I can't believe it. I have pockets. You are brilliant, Arthur. Good luck to you. I'll see you later, Paul. Pockets. Tick, tick, snap out of it. Pockets. Arthur, pockets. Tick, you next now. I made a decision. Arthur, I just had the weirdest dream. Listen, how do I put this? I want to be your sidekick. My sidekick, how come? Because things happen to you. You don't know how hard it is for normal people to have adventure, real adventures in their lives. We're channeled like hurtings into this sort of Medusa existence. But people like you, like Paul, you're the best kind of escape artists. You escaped it all. You're like a catalyst, just the thorn. You're just the warper of a globe spinning chaos. You're Arthur. You could be my sidekick. But please shut up. You're boring the hell out of me. Sorry. Well, that's it then, right? Hang on. We got to make it official. Here, stand like this. There's no blood. Let it getting involved with this there. So you, Arthur, will become my sidekick, my best friend, my confidence, my pudgy comic relief. And together we will battle the scourges and villains that prey upon mankind. Smile. We will protect and defend each other in the face of death from now on to the end of time. That's it, right? Yes. Wow. That was good. So we're going to leave it right there. And, I actually know what I'm about to do. Yeah. I already know what I'm about to do. But like, comment, leave a like. Is it leave a like, leave a comment? Is it leave a comment? Leave a like? Do something. Figure it out.